You know what? I'm mad. And not because Bitcoin is down. Feels like I've been talking about that possibility forever now. But it's the fact that it came 2 days too early. Let me explain. So in yesterday's video, I made a video. Smart. I made a video describing how possibly at the end of the week, we're going to see on average about a 15% dip because the CME futures are expiring. So we talked about how it might be a possibility on Thursday. It happened Tuesday evening. Damn it. I do still recommend that video in case you haven't seen it though. Anyway, it is what it is. For many, exactly what we've been waiting for. While it is possible that Bitcoin snaps back into the triangle, faking out a bunch of people in the process selling here, volume was pretty high. So there's at least some confirmation, finally, of a true breakout. So what now? What you would normally expect to see is trading within this range. The 9K support level now flipping into resistance. This is Bitcoin though. It tends to do the unexpected at times. What I did find really weird though, and potentially you noticed this yourself, yesterday morning, for me at least in my time zone, Bitcoin was down 2 or 3%. Okay? Nothing unusual about that. Business as usual. Litecoin, however, 12% down. I started investigating why. Did anything specific happen? Didn't see anything definitive, just lots of comments exclaiming, backed! What did you do to Litecoin? But then, of course, we saw later that evening, it just had a head start on everything else for that crash. It is leading the charge in what can only be described as reverse alt season. Incredible stuff.
Yo! What?
I've heard that others have pointed this out in the past, that Litecoin is a frontrunner for both gains and losses. However, to my understanding, there is no logical explanation as to why that should be the case. But hey, there it is. Some interesting tidbit of information. So is it time to buy the dip? Well, I did personally. It's very hard for me to say what you should do. If you can't afford for Bitcoin to go any lower, then probably not. Probably shouldn't be buying any Bitcoin, actually. But if you get paid at the end of the month and you buy every month, then cheers. I think, though, that even if Bitcoin does go lower from here, there's a potential trap that many would-be traders frequently fall for. It goes something like this. Oh, well, we're at the mid-8,000s. The CME gap has finally been filled, but it could go to 6K. I'll wait. And then let's say we go down to 6K. It's hit 6K, my initial target. I'll wait for 3. And so on and so forth. Never actually buying the dip and only buying back in when Bitcoin's rallying and they have to FOMO in, likely at the top. Similarly, the exact same thing with taking profits. Bitcoin hits 15K for the first time. I'll wait till 17. Hits 17. I'll wait till 20. Hits 20. I'll wait till 25. Then it hits 3. Okay, well, I guess I'll take my losses here. You don't want to be that guy. And no, I don't think this had anything to do with backed. In case you haven't noticed, Bitcoin doesn't react to news, either positive or negative, almost at all. So many examples of this. The Trump tweet, the White House legit saying Bitcoin is a national security issue. Zero reaction from Bitcoin. Tension has been building over this descending triangle pattern for the longest time now. Selling pressure was slowly mounting yesterday until one individual came in and completely tipped the scales into mass panic. $1.2 billion worth of Bitcoin were transferred to an exchange. About 4 hours later, Bitcoin has the biggest red candle probably all year. This is, of course, good for Bitcoin. Now, hold on. This is genuinely a fun, don't know if I want to use the word fun. It makes me sound kind of sad, but a fun exercise. I was playing this game with my wife yesterday. So how do you turn a seemingly negative situation or seemingly uncorrelated completely into something that's good for Bitcoin? Well, in this case, if it really was just one individual that caused all of this panic, then potentially this panic is completely irrational. Potentially the markets are going to resolve this irrationality pretty quickly. And you could go on and on with this type of logic, right? I was getting my wife to give me examples of things that I could turn that make good for Bitcoin that are seemingly totally unrelated. Turns out she's pretty good at this too. I gave her this example. Imagine someone is walking down the street. It's raining. Their bag gets soaked Everything in it is ruined. How is this good for Bitcoin? Well, she turns around and she says, he should ditch those bags, get new crypto bags. It was at that moment I knew I'd married well. About the reception of the anticipated launch. Wrecked. Bring backed 10K. Backed to fiat I go. Pretty good, I must admit.